Hi, I'm Roger, a regular guy with a hotline to spirit. Have you ever asked yourself what forgiveness is really about? See you in a bit.
Gande ho, gai he hayun dayaho, gai dayaho. Ha.
So forgiveness, this is this is a big topic for all of us in all cultures, all religions, everywhere. I want to strive to keep it simple and because it's actually, forgiveness is a beautiful thing, and it is where we show up our mightiest, in our light and in our divinity. Thankfully for me, right before I was going to shoot this, the angelic realm came in and said this. Yes, I speak with the angels, the archangels in particular, and the other ones, but nonetheless, moving on. For you to forgive, if you want to forgive, if you desire to forgive and you are not finding your way, or it is difficult, the angelic realm says to move into love. For when you move into love, you will then comprehend the occurrence or the event or what has taken place that has benefited you. Wow. And that leads me to something that I find quite interesting or wonderful. To be honest with you, before I say that, forgiveness hasn't always been easy for me. I've had people in my life that were really challenging for me, and then I wanted to forgive them, and I wanted to not feel that. I think it's always a combination of things, isn't it? It's a combination of wanting to forgive them and not wanting to hold that charge, that anger, that sadness, that hurt, and we just know holding something like that is just not good. It doesn't feel good in your body. It doesn't. It's just you just know it's wrong, and sometimes we don't know how to get past it. Particularly if here it comes again. Well, then maybe you need to go within and decide a different place to be. But this video is not about you choosing what to do. It's about understanding what forgiveness is. But I just wanted to bring that up, because eventually, no matter if you stay where you are or you move to a different location, you're always going to be with you and what you're holding. So Spirit suggested I do this episode on forgiveness to tackle it a little bit. So forgiveness, think of the word it's two words, right? Forgive. It is explained to me that it is a redirection of living. So it is living to or for giving. And so what are you giving, right? We think of, well, what do I give? What am I? I don't know. What am I bringing? No, you're living for giving. So what are you going to give? What do you have? What do you always have? What do you always are? What are you always? Love. You want me to love them? Yeah. But no. It has to be that you want to love them. And that will release you from that learning. Hold that for a second, right? So when the angelic realm says to forgive, you must move into love. You must desire to love. You must desire love first and foremost. And in love, you will comprehend. You will comprehend the lesson, the experience, the occurrence, the experiences, or for some of you, the series, for all of you, the series of experiences. And that is so important because we come in to evolve, and we will set up all these various experiences, many of which are challenging, in order to learn. I can't tell you how many parents I see, speak to on the phone, by clients, by phone as clients, and I listen to, and they're wonderful parents. And one of the main reasons why they're incredible parents that they are is because their parents were not. And by having that parent, they knew not to do it that way, and they became these amazing parents. Or siblings that are incredibly close. No one else in that family was close. Their parents, everyone else, but they have this unique bond because the situation, the atmosphere where they lived, groomed them, pitched them to lean into that, to developing that, evolving in that, and oh my God, anyone around, I'm thinking right now of these two people, anyone around them witnesses their relationship and are just taken by it. There's such an expression, exuberance of love and light that comes from them, particularly when they are together. It's really, it's a divine experience. And they can laugh and laugh and laugh about nothing, and they don't even know why they're laughing, but they're in stitches. And it's contagious because you start laughing because they're laughing, and what are you laughing at? But it is, they're delighting in each other's light because of what they chose to grow up in. And each of them love their parents because they camped out at, and they've nurtured love in them, and they can see the divinity of their parents. So what the angelic realm says makes a lot of sense. And that's for anybody. Anything that happens to you, to forgive, you have to first desire to love. You know, my guide, Solomon, always says for you to harvest what is truly present, or what something was about, or to gain any truth or of quality of knowledge or information, you have to be rooted in love first. Absolutely. I had a client earlier today on the phone on the other side of the planet, but it doesn't matter. They could be in the same town. We all wrestle with forgiving somebody, and we don't know how, and very often it is made into a big deal. And Spirit and the angelic realm and myself would like to bring it to a very simple thing. Someone in your life that challenges you is there for your growth. For you have called, comes in from Spirit, for you have called them forth. You have called them forth and selected them before the occurrence, before the experience, before, for many of you, before you even drew breath, as the soul you claim to be, as the expression you are. Before you came in order to learn something that nothing else, no one else could gift you, supply. So, there's, from the perspective of Spirit, there's no such thing as forgiveness. It is about moving you more into love. that challenge moves you more into love, moves you more into the expression of your divinity, of the soul expression that you are, and the evolution of your gifts, and kind of prunes away from you what you are not and what will not serve you in what you have set up in this life to create, to expand, to lean into, to be. You know, there's a great book, I have to tell you. I suggested 100% to read it. It's called The Little Soul and the Sun. It's by Neil Donald Walsh. The Little Soul and the Sun. And in it, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, but you still read it. It is so beautiful. It's so beautifully written. It's about this little soul in heaven, and he wants to come down to earth. And the angels in charge say, no, you're not ready. You're too young. And he says, but I really want to come down to earth. And they say, no. Away with you. I'm grossly paraphrasing. And then he comes back. He says, I really want to go down to earth, go down to earth, and I want to learn forgiveness. And everyone just stopped. Like, first of all, you're not going, and second of all, that lesson is too advanced. Besides, you would have to find someone that would accompany you, because you can't do forgiveness by yourself. You have to have someone that does something wrong to you in order for you to forgive, to learn the lesson of forgiveness, to expand into that ability to love. So that little soul trots off, kind of ticked but determined. I can so relate to him. And he comes back with his best buddy, his closest little angel soul friend. He says, okay. He says, what? The angel in charge. He says, what? He says, I'm ready to go, and I have a friend that will come with me so that I can learn forgiveness. And he says, absolutely not. This is too advanced. And all of a sudden, the creator comes in, or the powers that be say, stop. And then the angel in charge says, gets it. And he says, okay, I'm going to let you go. But this is a very, very tough lesson. He says, okay, I can do it. The little soul. And then his friend says to him, and this always moves me, says to him, listen, for me to betray you, in order for you to forgive me, I'm going to have to betray you. And for me to betray you, I'm going to be so far from what I am, because I love you so much, that I'm going to need you to help me remember who I am. Can you do that for me? And the little soul says yes. And off they went. So forgiveness is an opportunity to love. That's what forgiveness is. It's that simple. To love the other and to love yourself. You cannot do and love the other and not love yourself. It just won't work. And for you to communicate love to another, you have to love yourself. So it is an amazing thing to do. Always. That's what I got on forgiveness. If you like this video, please subscribe, ring the bell, and give it a thumbs up. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to sit here and share what comes in and learn more and more and more about love and how magnificent we are. Much love to you, much peace, and go spread your love. Like jam, spread your love. Thank you.